What is up, everybody? It is the Dennis and Andy Show with your movie review for the week. We know how much you look forward to these because we are regular guys giving it to you straight. We just got out of seeing Ballerina, the new flick spinning out from the John Wick franchise. Dennis, what is Ballerina about?
Well, Andy, this takes place during the events between Chapter 3 of John Wick, the Parabellum, and Chapter 4.
Oh.
But this follows Eve Macarro, played by Ana de Armas, who is beginning her training in the assassin traditions of the Ruska Roma. And all of you John Wick fans know exactly what we're talking about, and they brought back all the characters from John Wick to fill this in perfectly.
Even a dead one. I mean, isn't that actor dead?
Yes. So he filmed this right before he passed. So,
really?
Yeah, Lance Reddick. This is his last hoorah. So this is our last chance to see him on screen.
I didn't know this thing's been in production that long. To be honest with you, I thought they maybe, with AI and the amount of footage they have on this guy, it wouldn't surprise me that they couldn't have put it together that way. So I actually had no idea that. Wow. Okay.
This was it. Good send off. I love him. Gonna miss him in this.
Yeah, I know. He was great. Ana de Armas. So this like the John Wick tradition, it is action from the get-go. It's over the top fight scenes. One thing I was worried about with this movie, and I'm curious to get your take on it, is she's a small woman.
Yes.
And, you see these John Wick movies and it's a lot of hand-to-hand combat and guns and stuff, but you're like, oh my God, are they going to do it to where you're like, oh, she's beating up all these big guys and stuff? I thought they did it really well, and we're not doing spoilers, but I thought they did it well because in the actual fight stuff, the hand-to-hand stuff she did, the choreography of the fight scenes, I thought they did really well for the move she was doing to, let's say, mount guys and stuff like that a normal dude wouldn't do, a guy wouldn't do.
Yes.
So it was believable,
Yeah. Yes. So I had hope that she was going to be able to pull this off. From No Time to Die, the James Bond one, she showed she had the stones for this. But, they got so many movies today. My wife hates watching movies like the last Expendables with, Megan Fox, and what she did wasn't realistic.
No.
They talked about it in the film, and they said, you can't, you're too small, you're too weak, you'll never do it. You basically have to fight dirty. You have to find ways and change the rules to win. And all of her fight scenes were like that. It was great. I even called my wife on the way home and said, believe it or not, I think you will love this movie because they did it realistically, at least as realistically as you can be for John Wick-esque fight scenes.
Yeah, and when it came to the gun, the gunplay and stuff, and even knife stuff she was doing, I don't have a problem with that because, you can train people to use weaponry and stuff. So none of that, to me, that was totally fine. Just a real quick. So it's basically a revenge movie. If you've seen the trailer, she's a little girl when the movie starts. Her dad gets killed, and then she basically gets welcomed in to the John Wick community, and with the whole ballerina thing, she's training, and they do a nice montage of that, and introducing the characters. You get to see John Wick, and it's funny because, and this wasn't in the trailer, but if you've seen John Wick, the first movie, she's kind of overhearing John Wick talk to somebody, and they're speaking in a foreign language. And so you read on screen and it says, all this over a puppy. And yes. John Wick's like, it wasn't just a puppy. And you're like, yeah.
They tied everything in great. Ian McShane, comes
Oh,
back as Winston. Gabriel Byrne winds up playing the Chancellor. He's the main antagonist in there. The story that they wove between them was actually really good. And that was another thing I was a little worried about. Are they going to give us, this is John Wick like action and storytelling. So you go into it knowing that, but they actually did a nice job of weaving this in. And then Angelica Houston, of course, makes her awesome return, as the head, the director.
yeah.
And she, like I said, all the great characters are in it. Norman Reedus, he shows up, and I'm like, oh, Daryl's in this. You got to love it. He was great in it.
Wait, did you not know he was in this?
Nope.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I stay away from literally everything.
Oh, I don't. It's not that I don't go out of my way to see
stay away
stuff.
from it. So no, I was surprised. That's why I was like, oh yeah.
So yeah, so basically, she's on one of her first missions, and at the end of it, you could say she discovers, lack of a better term for them, because these bad guys, and she happens to notice they have this brand on their wrist, and she remembers it from her childhood, which sets her off on going, I need to find out about these guys and go after them. And she's warned not to from Angelica Houston's character. She's warned, don't do it. Don't do it. And that's it. It was very clear. All movies have the 3-act structure, but this one, for me, it was like, oh, that's the end of the first act. Second act. Oh, that's the end of the second act. And then, right when the third act begins. And yeah, I don't even want to, no spoilers, but it was just like, oh yeah, this is the beginning of the third act. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and it was. And the one thing that they came through on, and I didn't know how much Keanu was going to be in it, because they really kind of touted, well, it's from the world of John Wick, hence the title. They show him in the trailer, and you're like, is he just going to be an in and out? You got your little cameo up front, but then he does play an fairly integral part towards the end. And right. I thought he was interwoven very nicely into it. So we got a little bit of John Wick that I was happy to see. Well, and I thought the pacing was great too.
I think also because, Keanu is so involved in these John Wick movies and stuff, he could have easily said, look, I don't just make it ballerina. I don't want to be in it, but I think the extended cameo, because that's what it was, that he has, I thought it was great, because it's like, it is the John Wick universe. Yes, it's going to put butts in the seats. I mean, look, when the first trailer, whenever it was that we saw, he wasn't in the trailer, and I was kind of, I guess I'll see it because, it's in that universe. And then look, they drop a trailer and he's in it, and I'm like, oh, now I got to see it. Yeah. So, and the theater was really, really filled up tonight as well.
It was, and they interwove the Continental stuff into it, and this felt like part of the Wick franchise, and I was tickled pink. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of had hopes for this, but it definitely surpassed my hopes. I thought,
yeah, same here. And just so you guys know, there's no after credit or any of that crap. So as soon as the credits start to roll, you can get up and go. And I'm hoping it does well enough to where they can continue it. So there you go. Let's CGC this puppy and go for it.
It's my turn first. So I was kind of debating on this on the way home. I really enjoyed this, and there's a few nitpicks that on a fight scenes that I was like, why would you do that? But overall, it's just John Wick. You just got to go into it knowing it. I'm giving this a solid 8.5. This is great. I'll watch it again. I already told my wife, you definitely need to watch it because she loves John Wick, and I will probably own this one when it comes out in 4K.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I'm right there. I'm a little below, but not by far. I'm at 8.0 on it. Uh, Same stuff. I really enjoyed it. I don't know who the director was, but as I'm spewing real quick, maybe you can look it up, see who it is, because I know you got the IMDb stuff up. I'm just curious.
Len Wiseman.
Okay, so like the John Wick movies, the thing we like about them is they're realistic from the standpoint of Keanu Reeves gets his ass handed to him in these fights. He always comes out winning, but he gets bruised and battered and beat up. And she did too. They were brutal, but they definitely took the toll on her, which is good compared to like, oh, it's the Avengers and Black Widow's doing the same type of stuff. And it's like, oh, my hair got messed up. I mean, it was more than that in Avengers, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm giving it an 8.0. I really enjoyed it. I think it fits into the franchise well. I'm hoping for a sequel, and there you go.
Yeah, let's just pull it up. It's 2 hours and 5 minutes long, and let's see. IMDb is giving it a 7.3.
Ooh.
And Rotten Tomatoes, we only have a critic score. The critics are giving it a 73. So that means the audience will probably like it better.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see. We'll have to go back and look in a few days because I would expect the audience to chime in around what we gave it. So, and
yeah, I do too. I do 80%. Too. And I'll tell you, just the people we were sitting next to, and like Andy said, there were a lot of them in there. They were all hemming and hawing and oohing and giggling and, at the scene. So there was engagement through the whole theater. So, yeah, I think people are going to like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go, guys. And you know what you're going to like? You're going to like Lilith, Infernal Conflict. That's our next book. Go sign up. The link is in the description below. I could show more and stuff, but I'd rather have you, and Dennis would too, click that link, discover it for yourself, pop in your email so you know when it goes live in a few weeks. And there you go. No DNA show next week. Dennis is on his umpteenth something vacation for the year. I've already lost track. And I'll be on the Graybeards with Aaron Lepresti, David Williams, Dan Lawless, and Gary Martin. So that's when you'll see me next. But we do have a movie review for you guys next Friday, so you can see that then. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And until next time, bye-bye, everybody.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah.